Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for Two Wooden Beams by Josiah Queen. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give this video a like, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do that by clicking the three dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. If you'd like to check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools, well, you can. It's available on Amazon as we speak. You can also look at some merch that's available to you through Spreadshop, and there's a link in the description for that as well. And of course, if you'd like to join my email list, you can. There's a link for that. And if you do, you get a freebie. You get my top 8 tuning tips that every musician should know for free. Well, go ahead and grab your acoustic guitar, and you're going to need a capo today. And let's get started. All right, like I said, you're going to need a capo. It's going to go on the 2nd fret. We're going to be playing in the key of A minor, just like Josiah is in the music video. Now, if you don't have a capo, never fear. You can actually do this without one. But if you want to play the finger picking pattern that I'll teach you later on, you definitely need the capo on the 2nd fret. So to play the beginning of the song, you're starting on an A minor, then an F, then a C, and a G. Now, there's, of course, the finger picking pattern that accompanies that portion of the song. And, of course, there's some really cool breaks and strumming patterns that we'll talk about later on. But just so you know, that's the foundation for what you're going to need to know for the song. Now, I'll play through the song first. I'll go through everything from start to finish without stopping. I'll put the chords on screen for you, and I'll say them as we go along. And then afterwards, I'll break down some of the parts throughout the song. I'll go into as much detail as I can in the short amount of time that I have, so bear with me. But get ready. Here we go. A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, C, A minor, G, F, G, great, A minor, G, C, F, G, A minor, G, C, A minor,
where is love? Where did it go?
F,
Lately
C,
seen nobody knows.
G,
In the world,
A minor,
where money's the game. We traded true
C,
love for pocket
G,
change. I'm not
A
perfect,
minor,
I'm purchased by
G,
blood. I gave him
F,
nothing and he gave it
C,
all the
A minor,
in the world are
G,
enough. 'Cause I
F,
can't define, can't deny.
G,
Oh,
A minor, G,
and please,
C,
it's within
F, G, A minor, G,
for me.
C,
Love is
E, Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial. I'll be honest, I missed a little bit of that last break before the final chorus and the end of the song, so I apologize for that. But I think I got really close to the finger picking pattern that Josiah Queen is actually using. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I'm doing this all by ear. I'm trying to watch what he's doing in the video as well. And there are different ways, obviously, to play different chords. When you're playing the F chord like this, you could slide it up 2 frets and you have yourself a G chord. So there are some times when I'm watching that video and I think he's doing that. So be aware that you can play G that way. You could also play those chords like F and G and even C in a bar chord shape, especially when they're just chunking that part of the song. So on and so forth. And it adds so much effect. And you don't want to do that, obviously, for the entire song. It's only for that section. Now, let's talk about the very beginning, because this is where the rubber hits the road. Let me play it at speed, and then we'll kind of slow that tempo down and show you bit by bit what I'm doing. All right, so that was at tempo. Let's slow it down just a little bit. We're starting with A minor, then a hammer on with the F chord, C, and G. Hard to talk and finger pick that pattern, I'll be honest. So let's just do one chord at a time. So I'm starting with A minor. My thumb on my right hand is touching the A string. My index finger is on the G string. My middle finger is on the B string. And I'm kind of just doing that pattern again by head and heart, if you will. So kind of listening to what Josiah Queen is doing. And if I try to walk you through exactly what I'm doing as I'm watching my right hand. So what I'm doing is I'm plucking the A string and the B string with my thumb and my middle finger, of course. Then I'm using my index finger to pluck the D string, my middle finger to pluck the G string, and then my index finger to brush that D string just once more. That's the first part of the pattern, and I do that twice. And then I go to the F chord. I hammer on my middle finger to the G string 2nd fret, and then I pull it off as well. And then I switch to C, but I also hammer on the middle note, which is really your D string 2nd fret. And then G. I'll be honest, a video on YouTube is not going to be able to show you exactly what I'm doing, but that is essentially one chord at a time breaking down what my left hand is doing. It's very hard for me to describe what my right hand is doing because some of it is from my head, some of it is from my heart, being expressive and such, and trying to find what I think Josiah is doing in the recording. You could tell I even missed that hammer on with the C chord just in that progression. Does it have to be perfect? Of course not. But if you're trying to be respectful to the recording and respectful to the artist, Josiah Queen, then you want to be as close as possible. For me to explain this in a video that's less than 15, 16 minutes long, it doesn't do the part justice. So in this case, my best advice is to use your ear, try to get as close to the recording as possible, slow this video down, use that gear icon, and do what I do sometimes when I'm looking at tutorials, slowing things down, playing it slower than the real tempo, and then gradually building that up. If you can't get that finger picking pattern, that's totally fine. Try to find a pattern that works for you, but still at tempo for the song and what it's called for, and the progression that you meet the need for switching on time. So that's the best advice I can give you. I'm sorry I can't get more in depth. My kids are sleeping. I'm about to go on vacation, you guys. Let's be real. So I can't go too much into detail, and I apologize if I'm not serving you to the fullest. But everyone is human, so I try my best, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools, well, check it out. It's on Amazon right now. And if you'd like to opine my email list, well, you can. And if you do, you get my top 8 tuning tips for free. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great week. God bless.